Welcome back to the Rest is F1 podcast. Today we are talking about our Monaco Grand Prix predictions for 2025. As usual, I've got Ham with me and I'm your host, Shaq. How are we, Ham?
Hey there, Shag. I'm good. Thank you. How are you? Monaco Grand Prix is right around the corner. Second race of the triple header. Looking forward and excited.
Yeah, let's dive straight into our predictions. What do you have for good drive this week in Monaco?
I've gone for a person who we least predict most of the time. We don't have that guy in our predictions. I'm gone for Hadja. He was a star last year here in Monaco. Remember the quick reflex action from him in the tunnel. So I've gone for Hadjar, some sort of miracle or some sort of brave thing he's going to do in this weekend at Monaco. So Hadjar for good drive. We have not given a prediction as of now for the season at all. So Hadjar.
I have gone for Charles Leclerc. I think Charles is going to be pretty good. I think you can expect uh, the Ferrari to be at least a little bit better, so he can actually fight, with the top teams. I think Williams was not as quick as Ferrari last weekend, and I think Ferrari have, sort of improved their car a little bit, and I think you could see Charles maybe get on the podium. We'll see what I think about that, but yeah, I think Charles for me. Uh, I think I'd give him for a good drive. ABD is not here today, but he has gone for Oscar Piastri. Um,
Safe option.
safe option.
Safe, op- safe
Yeah.
option. But then it's Monaco. Like I said in the previous podcast, we've got to be careful in Monaco. I think Piastri is a driver who does not like to take risks when it is not necessary. So Monaco is a track where you pay the price for it. If you take a big risk, I think you're gonna have a big price to pay for that. So good drive for Piastri. I think that's a good option.
Let's go to bad drive. I've gone for Gabriel Bortoleto. So I think it's going to be a continuation of the bad form from Sauber. Uh, yeah, just car sucks. It's too bad for him to like get something out of it, and I think yeah, you're gonna expect another poor weekend from him. But what do you have for bad drive?
I've gone for Behrman. I've gone for a safer option. But then Behrman is kind of unpredictable because one race he may not perform, the next one he may perform better. So it's kind of tricky to know if Behrman is going to be bad, but then Behrman for the bad drive. So I've gone for an easier but not so easy option there.
ABD has gone for Lance Stroll, so he thinks Stroll is gonna suck in Monaco, and I do think that as well. I would have gone for him, but ABD took that, and also it's a little bit safe. But I feel like all of us have gone kind of safe. I think Behrman's probably the most, I guess, risky one for you. Um, so yeah, I think Stroll, yeah, it definitely likely. I've never seen him. I don't think he's ever performed well around Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco can be a tricky ground. The circuit is very narrow. It always tests the limits of the driver, especially it's a hard circuit to overtake with all the narrow
Impossible, actually.
turns. Sorry.
It's impossible to overtake, I would
It's
say.
impossible. Exactly. We've witnessed it in the last season where Perez tried an overtake, and he paid heavy. He paid heavy. The He went in for a gap where there wasn't one, and he crashed out. So that was one of the major crashes Red Bull had faced in last year. So it is very hard, and Behrman being a rookie, Bortoleto being a rookie, they've got to be careful.
Let's go to the good team. Who do you have for a good team this weekend?
Williams for the good team. So right now, we've all been giving good team for Williams. It is not a crazy prediction anymore. So Williams for the good team this weekend. Hopefully, both the Williams are on track and fighting for some big points.
ABD has actually gone for Ferrari this weekend.
I think that's a decent option there.
Decent option, yeah. Definitely, like I said at this with the Leclerc prediction, I think Ferrari's definitely we're seeing some improvement with that race in Imola. Coming from in the bottom, the sort of midfield, middle of the pack, and going up to almost the podium. I think that's pretty good. Especially for them, it's been a while since we've seen Ferrari with a good result, especially after Miami. Um, yeah, so I think good team for Ferrari. I think that's definitely a possibility, but it is risky still. You never know how they could just really have a bad race. So yeah,
Like Monaco has mandated the two-stop strategy here. So we've got to pit twice in this race. So we all know how good and bad Ferrari is with the strategy. It's either gonna be a downhill for Ferrari or not. It is not. So there is a gamble there.
so I have actually gone for McLaren for my good team. I know it's a safe option, but I need some points, and I did not go for McLaren last weekend. I'm still behind you guys. I've caught up a little bit, which I feel good about. But yeah, I need some safe points. Yeah, I mean, not much to say. McLaren just been really good. Feel like last weekend didn't maximize the result. Maybe they could have won against Max. But yeah, I think McLaren good team, safe bet. Everything seems pretty good for them so far. So let's go to bad team actually. Who have you got?
They Aston is the team that I've gone for this weekend because they did have a I would say a good qualifying, but a bad race. They might be good during qualifying, but then when it comes to race pace, they are gonna be left behind by the other teams. So asking for the bad team.
Yep. I totally agree with you with the bad race, good quali, but in Monaco, quali is everything, right? So
Yeah,
if they
exactly.
get a good
But
quali, you could expect some good points for them, perhaps.
that is true. But then do not forget that there is two pit stops which are mandatory, which
Yeah, yeah,
I did mention for Ferrari. So if you mess up a pit stop, they're done.
yeah.
They can't catch up. They can't overtake. So Aston likely to happen like that.
ABD has gone for Alpine, so I think that's pretty fair. They're ninth in the championship. Gasly's, been pretty much, I guess, carrying the team for a little bit now. Yeah, just I don't really know what Alpine are doing at the moment. They seem to be stuck. Um, last end of last year they were on some hot form. That podium, that double podium in Brazil, and now this year they've just again, it's like they've restarted. Just no consistency. One or two good races, and that was it. So I have gone for my bad team. I've gone for Haas. So I don't really know exactly who to go for, but I feel, Haas and Monaco, that's never been a good mix. And, last couple races they've really struggled. Not really seeing any signs of improvement. They've lost every bit of, I guess, pace in that car right now. And, you've gone for Behrman for your bad drive. So I think, yeah, you can fully expect another poor performance from Haas.
I've got a question for you, Shaq. Do you think the rookies are gonna be punished in Monaco? Do you think the lack of experience they have in this track with the big when they are driving for the big teams?
I'm on the fence. I'm not, I think no, a bit more than yes, because they have experience at Monaco before. So, like you said earlier, Hadjar has raced here before, and most of these guys actually have raced here before. Hadjar, with that reflex you're talking about a couple of years ago, he did in F2 or F3 or whatever it was, and I think you will see some of the rookies will be paying for rash choices, let's call it, and some of them will be rewarded for, I think, clean, efficient driving. I think you're going to see a mix. I think you can expect someone like Lawson, who's in bad form, to go and make a mistake, and I think you can expect someone in good form like Antonelli or Hadjar to, you know, get a good result and, points. That's definitely, I think, something that could happen. So I would say more no, but I think you're going to get more of a mix. I think some of them will have a hard time, some of them will be good.
Shaq, I like what you said, but then Monaco is a circuit where even the greatest get punished. So, uh, whether you are a rookie or not, you have to drive carefully in Monaco and drive fast.
Monaco is the only track on the calendar where you have to drive at about 95%, not 100%, because you drive that 100% and you're going to go and crash. Let's move on to the crazy prediction. Let's start with you. What have you got?
I can't consider it crazy enough with I can see, and especially with ABD's prediction,
Yeah.
but then I would say three or more safety cars, not a virtual safety car, an actual safety car. Three or more safety cars in the Monaco Grand Prix 2025. Uh, I do expect we are gonna be seeing a lot more crashes. And considering the weather, I haven't had a chance to look at it. Is it gonna be a wet race, or is it gonna be a damp race, or is it gonna be a sunny race? I would like to know that. So if it is gonna be a wet race, likely three.
Potential rain on Saturday, no rain on Sunday.
Oh, okay. So uh, three or more safety car is still gonna be there for me. Let's see. Since it's a potential rain, the qualifying is going to be tricky as well. So, but still, three or more safety cars in the race, an actual safety car. Let's go.
Let's look at let's bring up ABD's crazy prediction. It's got to be one of the craziest. ABD has said that Verstappen will not finish this race, so Verstappen will DNF. So
I failed the last time I've done that. Hopefully, ABD does not, because if he gets this, we are gonna be giving him 2 points.
yeah, yeah, we have
Yeah,
decided. So we're gonna give ABD 2 points. If Verstappen does in fact not finish this race, we are gonna give ABD 2 points. That is
two
completely fair.
points. Yeah,
It's only
because
happened twice in the last 2 years, so I think that's justified.
exactly a DNF by a driver who is so experienced is unlikely to happen. He was close to DNF with Norris last year, but then he managed to get back into the pit and join back into the race.
My crazy prediction a lot more tame than your guys' ones, but given that they are ninth, they have been pretty poor, and ABD had them as the bad team. I've gone for Alpine will score points this race. It's been a little while since they have done, and I would say the only convincing performance they've had this year was at Bahrain. That track seemed to suit their car. Apart from that, they've struggled quite a bit. So, yeah, I really don't know if it could happen. I think I'm backing Gasly more than Colapinto for that one because Colapinto is still, kind of a rookie. So we don't really know where he is with that one. Um, let's move on to pole position. Probably the most important pole position in F1 for the year. Who have you got?
Max Verstappen to be on pole in Monaco. He's done it before. He's gonna do it again.
Well, it's funny you say that because I have gone for Max Verstappen on pole position as well. Brilliant drive last time around. Only just missed out on pole. And honestly, you know, you put it once he's high enough in the race on quali and all that stuff, you can trust them. You can trust him to deliver for you. ABD has gone for a much more bold pole position, I would say. He has gone for Charles Leclerc on pole position. So he
Monegasque.
believes, yeah, he believes the home hero is going to take it. And, I was tempted. I was tempted to go for Charles. I really was. Okay, so let's do the unveiling. The big one of the day. The top three. Who do you have for P3?
I've gone for Leclerc for P3. I don't want the 2 points. It doesn't matter to me. But then giving him P1 is a long shot at the moment for McLaren. Sorry, for Ferrari. So Leclerc, the Monegasque for P3.
I've also gone for Charles Leclerc in P3. Um, Look, I was tempted. We were talking about it before. I was very tempted to go for Charles for the win, but the Ferrari is just too unpredictable right now. Um, so I think Charles, he can manage a P3. I think he'll get a good quali in. ABD has gone for Lando Norris for P3. So again, no win for ABD for Norris this time. Um, yeah, Norris just we're still really unsure, aren't we, of how well he's gonna do. He's just too inconsistent.
Norris, exactly. He is very unpredictable, very inconsistent comparing to Verstappen and Piastri. So, from our perspective, where we need points, we are definitely giving Piastri and Verstappen. We are giving them P1 and P2 most of the time. But Norris, we tend to push him to P3.
Or lower, yeah.
Yeah, a bit lower than Piastri or Verstappen.
Who do you have for second place?
Max Verstappen, my pole sitter, is going to be P2.
Okay, so you got
He is going to
no
be
win.
P2. He's not going to win. He is not going to win. The two stopper is going to be crucial for this race, and due to that, he is not going to get the win.
ABD has gone second place, Charles Leclerc. Is that gonna happen? I really don't know. Um, we've got. I feel like we've all of us have gone for Leclerc here and there on the podium, but and we've never actually got him in the right spot. But I think it's possible. Monaco, even with two stops, I think it's possible. My second place is Oscar Piastri. The bias has stopped. I have stopped going for Piastri for the win. I think I have predicted that about 5 races in a row now. I don't I don't know. I don't have a feeling that he's gonna win. I think second last year he achieved second. I think this year you can expect probably the same. So yeah, I've gone Oscar for second place.
Uh, it's been no, like you said, I've given Piastri for the win for a long time now. Probably for the next race is I might change but then I've gone for Piastri this time. I've gone for Piastri. Like you said, we have been giving Piastri the wins for a couple of races now because he is consistent. We know that he is gonna be there. We know he's gonna win. So Piastri being given P1 on most of our prediction is like the safest option. So probably for the next race, depending on how he does in Monaco, I would change.
ABD has also gone for Oscar Piastri. So you guys are playing it safe, if you want to say. No, I totally get why you picked Piastri. He's the favorite, he's the championship leader, and he's won the most races. So fair enough.
I wouldn't say playing it safe because both Abid and I have gone for two different people to be on pole. He's gone for Leclerc, I've gone for Verstappen, but then our wins are Piastri. So it
Yeah,
is
but
very
you're
unlikely.
spreading out your luck, I've kind of
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
done
you've kind
something
of
else.
narrowed it down with yours. I feel I just let me hear your let them hear your your P1.
So my winner of the Monaco Grand Prix is Max Verstappen. I think that the four-time champ is going to win a back-to-back race. I think this is a track where I set up. He's going to be on pole. I think he takes the pole. He puts himself on pole. Red Bull, great with strategy. I think this guy can just extract the pace out of the car. He'll be quick enough. Go ahead of the McLarens, Ferraris, whoever. and I think he can actually win. I genuinely think he will win. I mean, the tricky thing is like you guys have spread your eggs out a bit. You know, you got Verstappen pole, but then you've got him second, Piastri winning, and ABG's got Leclerc on pole. Like you guys, you get one wrong, you get the other one right. You can get that. But if I could get both wrong, that's another thing. But I think Piastri second. It's possible Norris could pull his socks up and perform, and he could go P1. It's really tough to predict the podium. But yeah, that's our top three. That's pretty much everything we need to talk about. Like you said, two pit stops mandatory. Exciting thing for Monaco. Last year we didn't have that. I think it was a one stop last year, and yeah, I think we're fully expecting a better race in terms of Monaco. So yeah, I think that's all there is to talk about. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Make sure you stay tuned for our predictions and our post-race review. But apart from that, hope you've enjoyed the video, like I said, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
See you guys, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.